17th of July 2023. Welcome to Somalia's premier #1 station for news and updates. I'm your presenter Abdurrahman Yusuf. Tonight we have a lot in store for you, but first we have to look at the stories that are making our headlines. National Security Advisor outlines Somalia's plan to achieve national security. Somalia's consumer prices decrease in June 2023. Somalia condemns Al-Shabaab's blockade in Baidoa. Fear of escalating humanitarian crisis. Somalia launches joint justice and corrections program. Now let's delve into a full bulletin. During a Twitter Space program hosted by the Somali National Television, the Somalia National Bureau of Statistics has released Consumer Price Index (CPI) report for the month of June 2023. According to the report, food and non-alcoholic beverages experienced a decrease of 1.25% during the month of June 2023 compared to an increase of 0.13% on the previous month of May 2023.
The Somalia National Bureau of Statistics (SNBS) has released its Consumer Price Index (CPI) report for the month of June 2023. According to the report, food and non-alcoholic beverages experienced a monthly decrease of 1.52% during the month of June 2023 compared to an increase of 0.31% in the previous month of May 2023. The decrease in prices was due to a decrease in the prices of some foodstuffs, resulting in a decrease in the year-on-year inflation to 0.36% in June 2023, compared to the year-on-year inflation of 2.26% experienced in May 2023, as reported by SNBS. The report showed that communication, health, transport and clothing and footwear recorded an increment of 13.63%, 10.56%, 9.08% and 16.41% respectively. These increases should be attributed to various factors such as cost of fuel, transportation and healthcare services. Despite the decrease in consumer prices for food and non-alcoholic beverages, Somali citizens are still facing challenges in accessing basic necessities due to the ongoing conflict in the country and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Somali government has condemned week-long blockade by the militant group Al-Shabaab in Baidoa amid fears that the move could escalate humanitarian crisis in the southwestern region. Villa Somalia Chief of Staff Hussein Sheikh Mohamud said the blockade was the last kick of a dying horse and urged the people of Baidoa and the entire southwest state to unite against the group.
During a Twitter Space program hosted by the national television, the National Security Advisor to the President of Somalia, Hussein Sheikh Ali, presented the government's plan to achieve national security. The plan includes taking over national security, the departure of the ATMIS army, the lifting of the arms embargo on the country, the building of the national army and the fight to liberate Al-Shabaab. Hussein Sheikh explained that the ATMIS operation failed in its plan to change the name of the national army to liberate the country from the Al-Shabaab group, citing a lack of requested equipment such as warplanes and other materials. In order to free the country from Al-Shabaab and get rid of ATMIS, he stated that additional troops have been requested from countries on the front line, which will support the Somali National Army in the second phase of the Al-Shabaab war. The second phase of the fight against Al-Shabaab is expected to begin soon with the help of troops from the frontline countries. Hussein Sheikh emphasized that 18 months have been planned to liberate the country from the Al-Shabaab group so that the ATMIS mission can be concluded, and the government of Somalia will have complete control over the security of the territory of the Republic. He also stated that the funds that the European Union pays the ATMIS army will be transferred to the Somali National Army. Hussein Sheikh said that he is campaigning for the Somali government to lift the arms embargo that has been imposed on the country for many years. The lifting of the arms embargo will allow Somalia to purchase the necessary weapons and equipment to build a strong and capable national army, which is essential for achieving national security.
The Joint Justice and Correction Program, JJCP, was launched by the federal government of Somalia's Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and inaugurated by Mogadishu Deputy Prime Minister Salah Ahmed Jama. The Chief Justice Bashir Yusuf, as well as line ministers, members of parliament and international partners attended the program.
The Joint Justice and Correction Program was launched by the federal government of Somalia's Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and inaugurated in Mogadishu by Deputy Prime Minister Salah Ahmed Jama. The Chief Justice Bashir Yusuf, as well as line ministers, members of the parliament and international partners attended this program. Somalia has been constantly ranked at the bottom or close to it of transparency, internationalist corruption perceptions since 2006 that has affected the country's judiciary. Residents and experts say there are constant claims of judges subverting the law in favor of those with a connection within the country's distinct clan structure. The inauguration of Joint Justice and Corrections Program unfolds President Mohamud's looming crackdown on corruption that has seen a number of civil servants charged on corruption and brought before the law and others currently on the run.
The Somali government has condemned the week-long blockade by the militant group Al-Shabaab in Baidoa, amid fears that the move could escalate a humanitarian crisis in the southwest region. Villa Somalia Chief of Staff Hussein Sheikh Mohamud said the blockade was the last kicks of a dying horse and urged the people of Baidoa and the entire southwest state to unite against the group. Sources have reported that Al-Shabaab imposed the blockade on July 11th and has sustained its restrictions bearing vehicles to and from the town. Traders have complained that supplies to the town has since ceased, pushing food prices higher. Baidoa is already struggling with an internally displaced persons (IDP) crisis, as more than 1 million people driven from their homes by hunger and Al-Shabaab are pitched to makeshift tents across the city. The blockade has worsened the situation, with residents unable to access basic necessities such as food, water and medical supplies. Al-Shabaab has maintained its grip in all three regions of southwest state, namely Lower Shabelle, Bay and Bakol. The group has been responsible for numerous attacks against the Somali government and civilians, including suicide bombings, assassinations and kidnappings. The blockade comes ahead of an expected second phase of Al-Shabaab. The blockade comes ahead of an expected second phase of the government-led operations against Al-Shabaab, focusing on the southern belt, which covers southwest and Jubaland states. The government has been working to eliminate Al-Shabaab's presence in The government has been working to eliminate the Al-Shabaab's presence in the country and restore peace and stability to the region. The Somali government has called on the international community to support its effort to combat terrorism and promote development in the country. The government has been working to improve the security situation, strengthen institutions, and address the root causes of conflict and instability. The Somali government has vowed to continue its fight against terrorism and work towards a peaceful and prosperous future for all Somalis.
That brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. Lovely viewers, thank you for staying put wherever you're tuning in from. Have yourselves a blessed night.